Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I am going to go over my absolute favorite products from The Ordinary. The Ordinary for November is having a sale. It's all month long and it's 23% off. I do think it's the only sale they do every year. They do Slowvember. And so you have the whole month to shop, and it is for all of the Deciem products. So Deciem is the parent company, and there's The Ordinary, Hylamide, and Niod. Most of the products I'm going to talk about are from The Ordinary. That is the lowest price point across those three brands. So The Ordinary and then Hylamide would be your next price point, and then Niod is kind of their more expensive skincare. And I do have one product from Niod that I'm going to talk about. So I have 6 of their products that I use that are core products in my morning and evening skincare routines, and I will not be without them. I will, of course, be purchasing during the sale. I will stock up on some of those products. I do go through some of them kind of quickly. I definitely use my skincare. I really load it on. I have very dry skin, so the more the merrier for me. So I thought I would go through the products that I absolutely love and the products that I've tried that I don't love as much, because at this point from The Ordinary, honestly, I've tried almost everything over the years. And again, these are products that I've been using for years and years and years. Like some of these products I have been using for probably 7-8 years at this point. So let's get into the products. I'm going to go in the order that I use them. So I'll start with the products that I use in the morning, and then I'll talk about the products I use in the evening. They do also have some makeup products that, if you've watched some of my videos, you know I love. And then I'll touch on the stuff that I've tried that I don't think is great or that didn't work for me. Because of course, skincare is so individual, right? Like these work for me, they may not work for you. The stuff that doesn't work for me may work for you. So let's get into the products that I love. So when I am done filming this, the next 2 videos I'm going to update are my morning and my evening skincare routines. I wanted to film this video right away because, for one, the sale is on right now. And so I wanted to get it up pretty quick in case you were wondering about any of these products and you were thinking of shopping the sale. So the first thing I use in the morning from The Ordinary is Resveratrol. Resveratrol is an antioxidant. This one from The Ordinary is a 3% Resveratrol and a 3% Ferulic acid. So if you're not familiar with The Ordinary, the products are all really affordable. There are some that are a little more expensive, and I'll touch on those, but I think almost everything I'm going to talk about is probably $10 or less in this smaller size. I want to say, is this a 1 ounce bottle, 30 mils? Yeah, it's a 1 ounce dropper style bottle, and most of their stuff comes in this kind of amber glass, and it comes with a dropper style. So there's no fluff in any of The Ordinary products. I get people ask me all the time if I order my skincare from Sephora. I don't. It's not a price point that I can sustain, right? There's ingredients I want in my skincare routine, and I want them to be effective and at a price point that I can afford. And so I love The Ordinary for that. I really only use a couple of skincare brands in my routines, and The Ordinary is the one I use the most. Honestly, I have the most products in my routines from The Ordinary because there were ingredients I wanted to incorporate. The Ordinary sold them or sells them, and they're at a price point that I can afford, and they work really well. And that's what I wanted, effective and affordable, right? I don't care about all the fluff. I just want it to be effective. So this is the Resveratrol, is the one that I go in with first from The Ordinary in the morning. So I do a vitamin C, then I do a coenzyme Q10, and then I do the Resveratrol. I do probably 4 drops of this. This bottle does last me quite a while. It's a water light, clear serum. It just melts right into my skin. I have no issues with makeup going on over top of it. It has a little bit of an oiliness to it, and so that's why it's number 3 in my routine. I doubt you're going to be able to see this, but so it is just a little bit oily. It's a really light oiliness to it, and it does just sink right into my skin. So this is the antioxidant, one of the antioxidants I use in the morning, and I have been using this for years and years and years, and I absolutely love this product. So on the Ordinary website, they describe this as a light oil-like serum for daily skin protection from the impact of oxidative stress. Using 2 well-known antioxidants, this formula helps protect your skin from the visible effects of damage caused by environmental stressors, visible signs of aging, and helps it to look brighter and smoother. who doesn't want all that? So that's one of the products that I use in the morning. And then the next product that I use in the morning is the rosehip seed oil. Now, this is the 100% organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil. The Ordinary makes a ton of oils. I have tried almost all of them at this point, and this is the one that I keep coming back to. My skin loves rosehip seed oil. I just find it soothing. My skincare routines are pretty similar to what they were, but there have been some changes. And one of the changes is that I have added in the rosehip seed oil in the morning. So I go in vitamin C, coenzyme Q10, resveratrol, rosehip seed oil, and my sunscreen, and that's it. So I try to keep it really simple in the morning. This rosehip seed oil is so beautiful. It is kind of this amber color. It does have a slight rose scent to it, but it's like a true rose scent. It's not like artificial rose fragrance. And it is a absolutely beautiful, light, thin oil. Yeah, I do get a subtle, subtle rose scent with it. It is just one of my favorite oils from The Ordinary. They probably make 10 or more oils, and I have tried most of them at this point, and I absolutely love the rosehip seed oil. For me, it works morning or night. Right now, I'm using it in the morning. Yeah, so they've got a bee oil, a chia seed oil, marula, buckthorn, a borage seed, a Moroccan argan oil, and the rosehip seed oil. So yeah, the rosehip seed oil is my favorite. The argan oil is also very nice. The bee oil is nice. It's their oil blend, and I think for a lot of people it would work really well. It does have kind of a funky smell to it, just the natural smell of the blended oils. So the rosehip seed oil is my favorite. So those are the two that I use in the morning. Now in the evening, there are 4 products that I use all the time. So the first one is the Buffet plus Copper Peptides. So The Ordinary has the Buffet formula, and then they have this one, which is Buffet plus Copper Peptides. So I have used just the Buffet formula, and it's a really nice serum, and there's lots of great things in there, but I buy this specifically for the Copper Peptides. Now, when I first wanted to incorporate in Copper Peptides, I bought the Niod, which is a sister brand to The Ordinary. I bought their Copper Peptides, but I want to say that was, well, I can look here in a minute, but I think it was probably 3 times the price of this. So I wanted to incorporate Copper Peptides, but I didn't want to spend that. So this is the one that I do now, and you can see it's this beautiful blue color. It's a little bit of a thicker serum, but still not too thick. And it's just a gorgeous serum. Now, the Buffet is very hydrating on its own, but I use this because I wanted to add in the Copper Peptides. So this is one of the most, or if not the most expensive product on The Ordinary's website. This is $33.70 right now, though with the sale, it's $25.95. So I will grab one because that is, 23% off is 23% off. And I do go through these kind of quick. I want to say this lasts me a couple of months. It is one of the most expensive serums I use, but I do love adding in the Copper Peptides. I will say this, if you have sensitive skin though, be careful with the Copper Peptides because for me, they can be irritating. I have to be careful which nights I use it, the other products I use with it. That's the only caution I have about this one. So on the website, it says it's a universal formula which utilizes multiple skin support technologies that target multiple signs of aging at once. The formula incorporates 6 well-studied peptide technologies, so that's the Buffet part of this, skin-friendly amino acids, and multiple hyaluronic acids. So that's what I'm saying. This is a beautiful hydrating, the Buffet. If you wanted to get the Buffet without the Copper Peptides, the Buffet formula, it's a beautiful formula, and it's very hydrating and skin-friendly. For those looking for an all-in-one solution for skincare, Buffet plus Copper Peptides helps to improve the appearance of fine lines and dynamic lines and supports your skin's overall elasticity, smoothness, and firmness. And because the advanced serum contains direct copper peptides, it also targets signs of aging that are typically associated with oxidative stress, resulting in radiant, healthier looking skin. Fantastic. So I go in with that, and I love this, and I've been using it for quite a few years. I think I bought this just shortly after they launched it because it's more new to their line. And then the next thing that I go in with is from Niod. So it is a little bit more expensive, the Niod products, and this is the modulating glucosides. So the modulating glucoside is regular $30, and on the website it says it's a concentrated emulsion to target signs of skin sensitivity, of discomfort, and of irritation. This serum reduces the looks of redness, of itching, and irritation related to dry skin while helping to target stinging sensations. The formula respects skin's integrity and supports hydration, skin barrier, and general dermal repair. And so that's why I use this. I have perpetually irritated skin. My skin is always irritated. It's always got dry patches. I always have little bits of eczema, usually around my eyes, and I do go right up around my eyes with this. I have a skin barrier that doesn't want to stay intact. It always wants to be compromised. Anytime I go in with anything new, or I do a little bit too much of something, you know, retinol is always a struggle for me. But so anyways, I use this for that. Now, I do say all the time, I don't know for sure how much this is helping. I keep buying this serum because I love how it feels. I love the hydration I get from it and just the overall feel of it on my skin. I hope it is helping with irritation. Irritation's hard. It's hard for me to know because my irritation comes and goes. It's not always there. So is it this that helped get rid of it? Is it just because it's cycling on its own? I have no idea, but I do continue to buy this and use it, and I have been using it for at least 2 years, I would say at this point, maybe even a bit longer. So definitely a product that I will pick up while it's on sale. Okay, so then in my evening skincare routine, I go in with a niacinamide. Niacinamide is one of those ingredients I think is key. If you can tolerate a niacinamide, I think it's one of the top 4 things that people should have in their skincare if they can tolerate it. Vitamin C and sunscreen in the morning, niacinamide, and a retinol or a vitamin A in the evening, if you can tolerate it. We can't all tolerate it. My goodness knows I have tried with the retinol, but I can tolerate a niacinamide, which is a vitamin B, and so this is the one that I use. So this is a 10% niacinamide and a 1% zinc, and this is the one that I have been using for years and years and years. This is actually the larger size bottle because I do go through it, and it is kind of a goopy, milky serum, and it I definitely feel it on my skin. And I know not everybody loves this serum. Some people find that it pills a little bit for them. I think it depends maybe on the order that you put it on and how much you use. I love this, but it does have a very distinct texture to it. Some people can get some flushing with the niacinamide. Some people get irritation with the niacinamide. You definitely need to be careful, but this is a powerhouse ingredient. And I would say if you were wanting to try a niacinamide, pick up the small bottle from The Ordinary. You're going to be out probably less than $10. And give it a try, but go slow, because I do know people that are unable to use a niacinamide. It's too irritating to their skin. I have had no issues with it, which is shocking. And a niacinamide does like a laundry list of things for your skin. Like, it's just this miracle ingredient. It's been long studied. And so I use this religiously every evening. Unless my skin is so irritated that I can't go in with anything active, I will take a night off of this. But because some nights my skin's so bad, all I can do is wash and moisturize. I can't add any active serums in. So that's the only time I skip this, but I do love this serum. So on the website, it says it's a water-based serum that boosts skin brightness, improves skin smoothness, and reinforces the skin barrier over time. It contains a high 10% concentration of niacinamide. So I have heard people say that it's great for acne, although it does say here on the Ordinary website that it's not a treatment for acne. For persistent acne-related conditions, we recommend speaking to your healthcare provider. It can be used alongside acne treatments if you'd like. I've heard people with oily skin that niacinamide does really well at regulating sebum production. I don't have oily skin, so I can't speak to that. But yeah, definitely a holy grail product for me. And then the next serum and last serum that I use in the evening is this one, and this is the alpha arbutin. Now, alpha arbutin is a derivative of hydroquinone. So if you were to go to your dermatologist and say, I've got all this hyperpigmentation, all this discoloration, a prescription that they would give you or could give you is hydroquinone. It is a prescription strength medication that helps with discoloration on your face. Hyperpigmentation, melasma, sunspots, age spots, that sort of stuff. And now I am very much prone to that. I have some Italian heritage. And so in my family, lots of my relatives have that beautiful olive Italian skin. I did not get that. I am the palest of pale. My brother has it, of course, right? Why? He doesn't even care. Why does he need it? So my brother has this beautiful olive skin, but what comes with that for members of my family is a lot of hyperpigmentation and a lot of skin discoloration, age spots. And so I am, of course, I didn't get the beautiful olive skin, but I did get that predisposition to sunspots, age spots, all of that stuff, right? Like just a lot of discoloration on my skin. So I incorporated this in, and I know I say every time I talk about this product, I wish I would have taken before photos. Now, I have makeup on today, but I still have some discoloration. And I think there were a lot of things that helped with getting rid of it. One was wearing a daily sunscreen. Like, can't emphasize enough how much of an impact that made on my skin. But even with daily sunscreen, I'm still out in the sun every day, and I can still develop sunspots and age spots and all of that, right? The sun really brings out that discoloration. So I have in the past tried hydroquinone, and it did work, but you have to cycle on and off. In Canada, you need a prescription to get it. It was just a little bit of a hassle, and my skin didn't love it. It was a little bit too much for my skin, but I have tried it in the past. So when I started this, again, I wish I would have taken some before and after photos, because this made a huge difference. I had big spots of discoloration, and to the point where in the summertime, I couldn't even cover it fully with makeup. So I started this, and I just sort of started this on a whim, and it cleared it up. I had a spot like kind of dime-sized between my brows that even with laser treatments, it was still there. And I started this, and now Brandy, who does my nails and who helps me shape and control my eyebrows, she was amazed that this is what got rid of that, because she had watched me struggle. She had, she was right there, so she could see it all the time. And she had seen me go through the laser treatments and it not get rid of it. I'd had a chemical peel, and those sunspots all just came back, or age spots, whatever you want to call them. And so I use this every single evening because it gets rid of that for me, and it keeps it at bay. And even in the summer, like we're just kind of coming out of summer now, well, it's November, but even these spots that I have from a little bit more sun than I would normally get in a year, because I had more sun this year than ever because we moved to a small town and I'm outside all the time. This really, I feel like, helped keep all that at bay. So I use this every single evening without fail, and it really helps my complexion just look even without all of that discoloration on it. So let's see what The Ordinary says about this. So it's a water-based serum specifically designed to target uneven skin tone and visibly improve pigmentation. It combines a high concentration of purified alpha-arbutin, a well-known skin brightening ingredient, with hyaluronic acid. Purified alpha-arbutin works to target dark spots and uneven skin tone. Meanwhile, hyaluronic acid helps to support product absorption into the skin. It's funny on here, they used to say it was a derivative of hydroquinone, but I don't see that they have that on here anymore. So maybe they've changed the formula. I'm not sure. This works for me. And now I feel like it used to be clear, but now you can see it's kind of this yellowy, again, a very light, little bit goopy of a serum. So those are my faves. Now there are a couple of things that I have purchased recently that didn't work out for me. The first one is this Argireline Solution. I saw people talking about this all over TikTok about how it's Botox in a bottle. I don't know. I get Botox, so that's so hard to know. You can see I've probably used maybe a little over a third of this, and I don't see any changes at all in this. Now, I can't use this on the nights when I use my copper peptides, and they interact with each other. I think it says right on the website not to interact them together. So I prioritize the copper peptides over this. I have skipped the copper peptides, a few times and tried this, and I see no difference in my skin. Let's see what it says on the website. It offers an advanced formula targeting dynamic forehead, 11 eye, and smile lines in an effective, non-injective way. So I think that's why people say it's Botox in a bottle. By incorporating a high concentration of Argireline, this lightweight serum improves the appearance of facial areas prone to deep set lines, resulting in smoother, more relaxed skin. Yeah, so if anyone's used this consistently for a long period of time, maybe leave a little comment below if you've noticed an improvement in that. Now, I do Botox, so I don't have deep set lines like that because I use Botox. But I didn't notice this did really anything, and I wouldn't repurchase, and I probably don't use it consistently enough without Botox to see the results that people say this is the little magic bottle that it is. So That's a product that I bought that I probably, you know, I'll use it to use it up, but I haven't seen any improvements in my skin with it. And then the other thing I picked up pretty recently, a couple months ago now, is this Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. And I've used this, I probably have used this at least 2, maybe 3 months. I used it the first month on my lashes and my brows. I saw no difference. Now I just use it in my brows because I'm using Latisse on my lashes. This is not a gross serum. It may soften and hydrate slightly the hairs, but again, I will use it to use it up, but I will not repurchase. Some other things that I've tried from The Ordinary that I don't have. I have over the years tried almost all of their vitamin C serums and have never found one that I liked. I have also tried quite a few of their retinol serums and haven't found one that didn't irritate my skin. Having said that, all retinols irritate my skin. My skin hates it. I'm using one right now from Juice Beauty that I'm able to use a couple times a week, and it's been okay, but that's the only one so far. So that the Ordinary's retinols irritate my skin is more about my skin, I think it is, than about the Ordinary products. I have used their hyaluronic acid, and if you're looking for a hyaluronic acid at a budget-friendly price point, it's a good one. It's not my favorite one. I prefer the Hado Labo. I think it's like a multi-molecular weight hyaluronic acid. I prefer that one to the Ordinary, but the Ordinary one is fine. I have used it. I have used their Multi-Peptide serum for hair density. I didn't notice any difference in the density of my hair, and I used a couple of bottles, so I did use it for many months, and I noticed no difference. I did used to use their lactic acid. They have a 5% and a 10%. I don't use it anymore because I no longer can tolerate a chemical exfoliator. My skin just doesn't need it. It's just not necessary, and it's irritating to me. But I did use that exfoliator for a lot of years, and I do really like the lactic acid as an exfoliator. And if you have dry, sensitive skin, that's a good one to start with. And at 5%, I think it's probably pretty well tolerated, so that's a good one. I did try their eye serum. I didn't notice a difference with that. I've tried most of the oils. The rose hip seed one is my favorite. They have a squalane cleanser, and it wasn't my favorite. And they also have a moisturizer that just wasn't enough for me. Yeah, the natural moisturizing factor. It was just okay, not my favorite moisturizer. I have used their Matrixyl 10%, but I prefer the Matrixyl from Timeless. So that's the one that I repurchase, even though it's more than the one from The Ordinary. But if you're looking to add in a Matrixyl of some sort, that's a good one. It works really well. Again, the Buffet, it's now called Multi-Peptide plus HA Serum. It's a great serum, especially if you have sensitive, dry skin. That's a good one. I have tried more than that even, and I've tried a few things from Niod as well. I've also tried stuff from Hylamide, but that's the skincare stuff I'm going to touch on. But I did also want to touch on their makeup because they have quite a few makeup products that I absolutely love. And if you have watched any of my other videos, you will know that they have a serum foundation that I love. Now they do have 2 foundations. The serum is the one that I like. The other one I've tried and I didn't like at all. It's just a lightweight serum foundation, and it's beautiful. It's this watery type texture. Let me see if I can just get a little bit out to show you here. Can you see how light that is? But it does offer a surprising amount of coverage. It just is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. I think especially if you have mature dry skin, which is what I have. I love this foundation, absolutely love it. One of my top of all time. And like, look at that. Look how dewy and healthy and radiant that looks. And just perfected. It's just so beautiful. And then I also like the concealer. Now, the concealer is kind of the opposite of that foundation. That foundation is light and just soft and beautiful. The concealer is super thick, very thick. And it's funny, I was always saying how I like a lightweight concealer, but what I have decided actually is I like a little bit of a thicker concealer that offers a more light medium amount of coverage. Does that make sense? So like, this is so thick and hydrating that it really sits under my under eyes and keeps them hydrated through the day and offers a nice amount of coverage and doesn't look cakey on me. But I do have to go in, I have to be careful. I have to go with a little amount. And so I love it for that. But just be careful, if you do try that product, it is thick and you need the smallest amount. And then there's a couple other products that I have tried that I classify as makeup. These are more like bronzing products, I would say. So this first one is from Hylamide, and it's called the Photography Foundation. But what I would say, what I do with this is I mix this in with my foundations. I'll show you what this is like. It reminds me of the Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy Drops. You could also mix this in with a body lotion or something like that. And it just gives this beautiful bronziness to the foundations I have. And then I have this one from Niod, which is the Photography Fluid Opacity, and it's the same product essentially. It's just more liquidy. Yeah, so that's that one from Niod next to it there. The one from Hylamide is thicker, and this one from Niod is more serum-like. However, I think you can see they're very, very similar products. So, you know, maybe pick up the one from Hylamide if you're curious, because that one's going to be cheaper. So there you go, you guys. There's all the products that I love and use consistently from The Ordinary. The Ordinary is one of my absolute favorite brands. I've loved them a long time. I love a lot of their products. And I just think as a company, as a whole, they're pretty good. And so this sale comes just once a year for the month of November, and it's 23% off, which on already affordable products is fantastic. So if you were thinking of shopping, now is the time to do it. If you wanted to pick up some things from The Ordinary, definitely in the month of November is the time to do that. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, if you would subscribe, that would be amazing. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.